What's going on, everybody? It's Super Robot, and today we have in front of you none other than the Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus. So we've been talking about this Ultra Magnus. We've been hearing so many different things, slightly on the controversial side. The biggest thing being the shoulders and the size, and he's bigger than Grimlock, and why is he this and why is he that? We'll talk about all that today. But one of the biggest things that I will say that I do like about this figure so far is the plastic quality on this is on this is almost like older level plastic quality. If you look at this figure in its transformed mode, you will get the G1 feels right off the bat. The robot mode, maybe. But boy, this vehicle mode right here, oh my goodness, it just gives you goosebumps. And we have cars transformed, we have everything ready to go, we have comparisons. We gonna have a lot to talk about today. I really did not want to spend time on the other review. So far, we'll start to say that if you want to know the truth, you're probably gonna need 2 Ultra Magnuses in your collection. And hear me out on that at the end of the video, and I explain why. But let's go in and start so we can get going, because I am hungry. It is 4:49, and I know this thing is going to take me till 6 o'clock. So here we go. First things first, we have the box. We've been seeing this box, 86. It looks nice. It's got the artwork with him in front of the ship where he's saying, and you'll die trying, just like Megatron. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just stuff like that you all bring you back to feels. And I mean, yeah, that artwork alone right there, I still don't think it's as good as the one that we have on the Armada Optimus Prime, but it's very close. From the side, we get to see the same thing. From the other side, we get to see his face. Then from the back, we get to see how everything works. And we're talking about a lot of steps to transform. We're not going to show transformation on screen because, boy, let me tell you, this thing here, it worked. I done heard people say they have problems. I didn't have any problems with mine, but I'm not doing it on screen. Not doing it on screen. I'm sorry. I'll tell you to go watch him go. Not to be mean, just saying. Yeah. So yeah, but he does come with some accessories. We're gonna look over those real quick. And yes, he does have instructions. We're gonna put him back here. I mean, he does roll. Let's just get all the other amenities out of the way so we can finish this review. Oh, it's been a day. Here's some guns. Let's see. Where's these splooshing effects? There's like 99 of them. Here's some instructions. Ultra Magnus. Here's another splooshing effect. And then there's another splooshing effect. And if you hear a lot of wheels rolling, those are Ultra Magi. There's some splooshing effects there. Here's some more. It's like 6 splooshing effects in total. And then they pull apart. You know, so you got explosions and stuff. You know, you can create and things, and it's basically 6 parts. And if you want to make like one giant explosion, you can. You can just, I don't know, whatever you want to do with blueshing. They did give you blueshing this time around. MGO should trademark that. Bluesh. So you can get this wonderful blueshing effect, and then of course you can put a blueshing effect here, and you like pew, 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 pew. And you could put one here and just be like pew, 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 pew. Ah, guns. And then of course we got Ultra Blast. Blueshing effects. You should just love them. All right. So let's talk about the figure. We're going to look at some of the things that I like and I don't like so far. Then we're going to do some comparisons, man. And woo, this review going to hurt and help at the same time. So what are we dealing with here? It's Ultra Magnus, the original car carrier, fully car carrier Ultra Magnus. And I know a lot of you are saying, well, you're too big. And the underside is somewhat clean, but boy, that head gap just right there, ain't it? But still pretty good. Some people say he's too wide. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, we're going to put cars in here in real time, and then we're going to show off the other stuff. And, just to show you, what you can do when you get him. And so he has to have clearance. See, Clarence, See how they have clearance, man. How you gonna get in there if these are skinny? Golly, they're giving you the best of both worlds by making this figure do exactly what it's supposed to do. And I don't understand that part of the complaining. Listen, how the heck you supposed to get the thing in there if he's too small? The car's not gonna fit. And you got ramps, you got real ramps. You get to drive, you just drive him in there. Look, G, look at this. He's got him in there. But we gotta get somebody on the top. Don't we? I think we can get 3 cars in there. But first things first, we're gonna do this car thing. So you kind of just pull these out for a second, and you're gonna pull them out. You can see them from the back, and it just kind of like, you gotta kind of get that click. Oh, look at that, man. You know what I mean? You can't really, you gotta kind of imagine that he's doing that and stuff. And I mean, look at that, man. Look at that, man. Car carrier mode. You can do that. It's a thing. You can do that with any other modern Ultra Magnus except the original. And we're gonna pause for the cars for a second. I just wanna, get the cars situated, and then we can show that off. And then after that, we're gonna go into comparisons with other Ultra Magnus. We're gonna compare them with G1 Prime, just so you guys can see some things. So we're back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and basically I just wanted to show you how the cars fit in him. So you're supposed to be able to get a total of 3 cars. I don't know how when you close this up in the back, because you can see here it's kind of jammed up in the front. But if you kind of angle it a certain way, I think there's a way you can kind of stop the car there, and kind of get that old like car look. But I mean, that's just fantastic. I don't care how you slice it, man. This thing looks good, man. He's just, I just don't like the car hanging off there like that. But you can see, you can get like probably, you just gotta maybe lift this up in the back a little bit, or maybe you can have it like this or something like that. I think that's a little better. Yeah, that's better. You can kind of have that like that, but still, man, you could not get this functionality with anything smaller. I just want to put that out there. You're not going to get a smaller Ultra Magnus to make this work. I mean, this is like, look at the clearance between here and the back. Yeah, that's because of the legs. But if you can see here, it's pretty much, you gotta use your common sense, people. It ain't gonna work like that. It just ain't gonna work like that, okay? So we're gonna see these in robot mode later again, because I had to get you an idea of what's going on. We're gonna do another 2 and 2, so we can go ahead and get started with comparing this with Optimus Prime. We can just talk about the cab mode. Like I said again, we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic. In front of you is the Walmart Netflix edition of the Earthrise Optimus Prime. I love this repaint. And no, he cannot hook up to the trailer because the cabs are totally different. We're going to take the cab off so you can get a kind of idea of what the cab looks like. So the cab is light compared to him, of course. All right, so you see that. The other things is these aren't painted, which I wish they had kind of painted them. They're pretty much the same size, except he has the feet hanging off the back, but they're pretty much the same size. As you can see here, well, I say same size, maybe just the length because they don't have the feet there, but he's wider than him, for one. 2, he doesn't have much going on in the back. The hook is the standard peg thing that goes here. You can slide him in and out. This is Ultra Magnus' head and chest cavity. From the front, he's wider. He's got the red bumper. I know some people don't like the red bumper. I don't know. I don't really care. I don't know with bumpers. Not into that. But the details aren't bad. I mean, he's white. Just a white cab, of course, from the side. And then, now we're going to show you the horrendous part. The underside. And there's that head right there. And I think that's where we're going to get some type of blocking and gap measurement. But he all front. He's just front. But that's just to give you an idea so you guys don't go, look, see, there's nothing hooked to, okay? All right, so end the story on that. There's Optimus Prime. We won't see him again until the later part of the video. Ooh, my stomach growling. I'm going to have to take a break and order me some food. All right, You just stick that back on there just like you do anything else. And then just pull that out. And there you go. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. There you go. So now, let's show off some of the other Ultra Magnus. I know some of y'all, you know, are very upset. His shoulders are too wide. Yes, I know. We'll get to that. But you're going to tell me that you want this? You want this monstrosity? You want this thing that you just have to fight with all the time? And these are the leg extenders, and I'm not collapsing them. Please, for the love of God, no. Because that is it's a crazy video. But look at that, man. This is with the cab extended using the DK upgrades for, you know, the DNA upgrades to make him, you know, a bit taller. And as you can see here, this trailer was just horrendous compared to this guy. The cab, of course, because he has the white robot. Now with mine, I do have a matrix chamber in here. This one, a lot of people say they don't like. Doesn't matter to me. This works better. You had to use a third-party part to make the matrix to stay in his chest, and it just, for the life of God, does not. It's not that the manufacturer made the part for it. It's just because it's never really not meant to be. So you get an idea of what we were facing when we had this. But I will give a shining beacon to the next one that I'm about to pull out, and that's going to be Combiner Wars, aka Legend Ultra Magnus. Now, can you put cars in Legend Ultra Magnus? It's possible. As you can see, we have a lot of different colors here. Yeah, we do. They're not exactly the same. So this is the Japanese version of the Combiner Wars, as you can see there, because he has painted rims, and he does kind of give a sort of G1 vibe here with those painted rims. Those painted rims on this version of Ultra Magnus. Now, there's another version of Ultra Magnus that you can get. That version of Ultra Magnus is the one that comes into Target. They had like it was like it's like Hot Rod, Cup, RC, Blur, I think, and Ultra Magnus, something like that. I think you could get them in like a special pack. And they actually had Ultra Magnus painted up. And I actually like the way he was painted up. And I say that because this has the red thighs like the G1 toy, but that version was painted up well. It had the white thighs like the G1 animation. And now you can kind of put a car in there, but it's not the same unless you have like the upgrade kit or something like that. And even then, you know, it looked like it could do the job, but it couldn't quite do the job like it could with the one that we have now, which is the Commander class. Now, if you ask me if I rank the vehicle modes in order, I'm going to go, of course, Commander class Ultra Magnus all day, because that is the definitive Ultra Magnus in vehicle mode. Yes, definitely hands down vehicle mode. This will work with your Earth Rock, whatever you got. Anything from War for Cybertron on up, it's going to work with that. This, you can kind of do the same thing, but it's not. It's this part that wasn't quite right because of the fact that it was kind of hollow. Like if they had did this part, but then again, the way that the cars were made during Titan's Return Combiner Wars, they were a little too wide to fit in here. So the only thing you could really fit on there was just the, if I'm not mistaken, just like the smaller little mini cars or something like that you could fit on there. And of course, he comes with a minibus and a bus, but in the Japanese version, it's repainted into Alpha Trion. And so pretty much you kind of, you just kind of sit it right there if you want, but that's the three. And if I had to go in order, definitely going with this guy first. This is definitely for vehicle mode, the definitive one. And if I didn't have an Ultra Magnus and I was on the fence on getting one that kind of resembled the car carrier more than whatever the heck monstrosity this one was trying to do, I'm definitely going to go with Combiner Wars, or if I can get my hands on the Legends version, or if I can get my hands on the that Target exclusive that came out a few years ago. Yeah, definitely out of those. And I think that's a very expensive set because that Ultra Magnus is really repainted. I mean, it is the perfect blend between the two Ultra Magnuses. Definitely like just that, you know what I'm saying? That good, that just amazing how they did that. So if you asking me on which one, definitely the one in the middle. And if you're asking me what I wanted this second, it would be this one. Definitely. I still like this one. And in fact, I think this one has the best transformation, because even with this one, is you miss a step, you kind of got to go back. This, you don't miss a step. The only thing about this one, he is extremely light. But, you know, they both kind of, let's see. Now the cap can kind of come off a little bit. Well, no, yeah, you can. You got to unscrew that. So yeah, it was like on a screw. You know what I'm saying? I still love this. I love this Alpha Trial. I just think it's pretty cool. But yeah, these two are strongly still just my favorites. And this one, you know, as you can see here, this is just horrendously horrible. It's just bad, man. It's just bad. I don't even know what they were trying to do with that one. They just, what you have to do, what you get, this does it, and this does it just as good. It's like, I like the win, and the thing is I like about these two more than I like that one is this is G1 and this is Combiner Wars. And this is actually IDW. So you have like the best of both worlds in, well, Hasbro, you did a good job with this one. And you did a good job with this one. You did a good job with all of them. Now we're going to go on and we're going to start getting everything ready so we can get him lined up. We're going to get everything transformed into robot modes. Again, I don't have rulers anymore. We're going to have to just go with somebody else that did some measurements. I don't know what anything is these days. You know what I'm going through, but I'm getting these reviews done. Like I said before, we'll be back. Two. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic, and we have Ultra Magnus transformed into his robot mode. Now, there's a lot of tabs. Not a lot of tabs. There's a lot of things you have to do, and I just can't do it on screen. I've only transformed this twice now. Usually when I do my reviews, I try to get him out the way, then I can play with the toy, because other than that, if I keep playing with him, I'll never do the review. But I gotta say, he does. I like him. The shoulders are freakishly wide. Yes, they are. They are. Is that a problem? On a shelf, he look really big. Like he's big, but you gotta understand. We'll save it for the final thoughts. But let's get to the good stuff. So he has articulation, soft ratchets. They're good, strong ratchets. Again, plastic quality on this thing is where it shines. Good weight. Well, you can go back to here. This is as far back as it's gonna go. There's gun storage in the back. I'll show that off in a minute. That happens sometimes. He can Van Damme. Definitely Van Damme. He has speed swivel. You know, rockers. Waist articulation, and do 360. Of course. The arms, they're on this tight joint. You can do this and get a little bit more if you want to get range. Now these are hooked into tabs to hold everything in place. Your red tabs here, but you can untab them to do even more poses because he's still connected here in the back. And you want to make sure that this is, you know, as tight as you can. So if you decide to take this up so you can get that extra posing, and I'll show you what I mean. You know, when you lift this up, now you're going to get even more posing, see? But other than that, I mean, and then you can put it back down so it doesn't look crazy, but I mean, that's not bad. To me, I like that. Could this had just been a little bit thinner? Maybe. I'd say yeah to be on the safe side. So we're going to do some comparisons here. We're going to show off some things that it does. Now, the missiles are separated into two parts. Pretty neat. And you can put blueshing effects there if you want. I don't really care for blueshing effects, okay? I'm not a blueshing effects guy. Gun storage on the back. Check this out. You put a gun here on the waist, on the back of the waist. It goes like this. Well, you can do it upside down, but, you know, I mean, you know. And one goes here, and then the other smaller gun goes here. And I think that's pretty neat. I do, yeah. Now, let's look at the head scope. The head scope. And it's on a ball joint too, by the way. I mean, look at that. Look at that. So you're going to tell me that all the other Ultra Magnus are better than this? No. Besides the wide shoulders, and yes, when you put him on the shelf, he's a big boy, but it's still not, when you look at this, it's still not that bad to me. I'm not buying that, because they'll just make excuses on that. And we're going to show off next. It's the Matrix. So, just like in the cartoon, he can, and it's spring loaded. Dun, 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 dun. And the Matrix just come out, and this is the first time he ever taken the Matrix out. That's the Matrix chamber. Damn. And that's the Matrix he comes with. Let's get Prime in here, because there's a lot of comparisons we're gonna do here. So let's just go straight to Optimus Prime, because I do want to see how his Matrix looks. Because now, this, like I said, this is the Netflix version, but yeah. And this is, of course, the Larkin's Lair G1 gun. So I don't know if he still has these for sale, but you definitely try to pick one up. I kind of want to compare the Matrixes. Is it different? I don't know. I mean, they look different. Let me see. I mean, will they fit? You have to hold these little Matrixes in your hand. It's hard to say if they'll fit. I mean, let's say you have another Matrix. We got like 40 of these now. So this is the one that comes with this Prime, and this is the one that comes with, Ultra Magnus. Let's see if it'll fit. I'm just curious. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Not quite. Let me see. It doesn't quite fit in Prime's chest. Interesting. Yeah, maybe I gotta turn it upside down. Oh. Because you always gotta look at that notch groove. No, it doesn't quite fit in Prime's chest. Like, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, it ain't flush like this one. No. So yeah, the Matrix that Ultra Magnus comes with is, yeah, let's do a Matrix swap here. Let's see. Oh wow. So the Matrix, they didn't make it quite fit, and I kind of don't like that, because we were getting the same Matrix. So you're stuck using this Matrix. You're stuck using the Matrix that he comes with. So just bear that in mind. The Matrixes are not interchangeable, okay? So basically, to fold this back, it's very simple. Just close the chest, then close this down, then close the side panels, and bam. So you can't use the Matrix interchangeably. You have to use that Matrix. So if you don't want to lose that Matrix, I suggest you keep it in his chest, okay? And just, he has a Matrix and Prime has a Matrix. So you can see the two of them side by side. The dream of seeing the two of them meet. And yeah, he's big, but he's still, like, I just want to show you something, like, just so you understand what I'm saying as far as how wide he is. Like, it's just freakishly wide. It's just freakishly wide. So he is in the 8-inch realm from what I've been told by others. We could do some size comparisons if you want. We got some other people out here, so let's do that. And like I said, we got to do some secret, putting stuff together type things. So we're going to do that. And let's do that in 2 and 2 so we can get this puppy wrapped up. All right, we're back by YouTube Magic. Just want to do a quick shot of some of the Studio Series characters as well as Springer. I know we're still waiting for them to show us this Studio Series 86 version of Springer, but I still love the Siege version. I think the Siege version is fine, and getting the grime off is easy. You just need 70% alcohol or less. Don't use anything higher, and it won't mess with the paint, so you mostly will be able to remove it, and you'll just have this nice, can of Sprite. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, he's big. This is what I'm saying. Like, on your shelf, he's gonna be freakishly gargantuan on your shelf. That's kind of what hurts his figure, is this part. Again, but that's just for me. I'm just gonna say this. That's just a formality because personally, I still think when we compare it to the other Ultra Magnus, you're going to understand why. It's really still he's still gonna be hands down the best Ultra Magnus. So as far as for the cost, there's a lot of people we got to get on deck. One more comparison, and then we're going to compare with the Ultra Magnuses. No, two more comparisons actually, but one more to throw in there because everybody was worried about how big Grimlock is. Well, I mean, he is bigger than Grimlock, right? But hear me out on something here. Again, there is all of these cars, your Voyager, your deluxe scale cars, whether it be the current Studio Series in the 86, because okay, and even if you have and I do have SS86 Blur, I've done a review on him. I just prefer the Legends version of Blur because it just looks better. How are they going to fit on him if he was too small? And if you really think about it, I'm not even going to pause. Let's just get them out the way for a second. Because like I said, when I'm done with this video, I got to clean up like crazy. There's so much toys that are out right now. And I just want to show off this comparison with Grimlock. He's really not that much bigger than Grimlock. But I want to give y'all, like, in real life, well, even in Transformers, prime size to Grimlock is correct. Ultra Magnus probably a little bigger, but he turns into a car carrier. You know how big those things are? And he is both the car carrier parts and the cab, unlike Prime, who is mainly just the cab where the trailer goes off into some ethereal space. So can you imagine all of those parts lining up? He would be pretty big. Now you can say, well, yeah, but Grimlock turns into a dinosaur, but he's a robotic dinosaur, not an actual dinosaur. I mean, so at the end of the day, they are, to me, where they should be. I don't see anything else wrong. And if you see, like, it's going to hurt you that they're technically only a head taller, maybe even a head taller, and you're going to complain, then good for you. You're Ultra Magnus. You're going to find out in a minute why you really want to get stuck off of that. Just get off of that. So we're going to pause one more time so we can get a couple more things to show off. And then we're going to go ahead and wrap this puppy up. So we got a lot to cover. We ain't done yet. And I want to take a picture of this. So again, we'll be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back one more time. We're going to do some more comparisons. So I'm going to go out of order, and then so we can hurry up and get done with this. Next is going to be Cyclonus. Now, as you know in Transformers, these two later on in the series became antagonists until either season 4 or the Japanese version when we got to Headmasters, where Cyclonus and Scourge became comic relief over the new Headmasters. Those two kind of battle because you could think Cyclonus is second in command to Galvatron, and of course he is the second in command to, at this time now, would be Alpha Trion. And I don't care, man, the thing looks good. All right, so we're going to show off Galvatron, and again, his matrix won't fit. That matrix that comes with Ultra Magnus, you have to have that one. Now, of course, in the original Transformers during 86, there were a few things that were kept secret. One of those was that, of course, Galvatron's Megatron. So, of course, you would refer to him as the Decepticon City Commander, which they did do that in the bio. He really is Megatron. Ultra Magnus was technically the city commander of Metroplex. So he is a commander, city commander. So he was the city commander, car carrier, makes sense. He would be traveling through the city. But yeah, even though he's bigger than him, let's think about back in G1 how large Galvatron was. As you know, gun laws were coming around. That's why when they made Galvatron, they made him freakishly big. So, some kid riding down the street with Galvatron will get mistaken to having a gun in his hand. It's true. I can tell you a story about the time I had Megatron, and yeah. Trust me, in 85, cops on horseback were like, hey, can you put that back in the house? This is before all the stuff we have now. Now, G1 Transformers Ultra Magnus, he's huge. He's like 3 or 4 Grimlocks in G1. Like, Grimlock is not that big in G1. Not that big. So if you had a G1 Ultra Magnus, you know how many Grimlocks you could stack? I'd say at least 3, maybe 3 to 4. That's how big Ultra Magnus was. So this whole thing about, he's too big, the Grimlocks, shut up. Because your logic is flawed. And no, we don't need to make Galvatron bigger. Why are we making everything bigger? Why does everything have to be made bigger? Because they made him. This is what you asked for. This is what you asked for. Okay? And you got it. It is not going to be in scale. Anything smaller, the cars would not fit. Then you would complain. Okay? Combiner War. Let me hear him finish this up. So yeah, I like that so far. And the next commander class that we definitely need to have, we need to have a 6-shot. Now this is the Japanese Legends version. I do have the American version as well. But the legs on the American version were always loose. And considering how big 6-shot was compared to this, I'm glad that we have him like able to at least stand almost head to head versus with the other one. And I want to show off why I'm so against anything else now. Let's bring out Kingdom Ultra Magnus with the DNA upgrades. And I don't know any numbers, so ask me. And as you can see here, it does give him more height, a little bit more. He's slimmer. He's a little more shorter, but as opposed to who's closer to 6-shot, this is definitely him. Okay, but is he freakishly wide shoulders? Yeah, and that's again, I don't know which way Hasbro wanted to go with that, because I guess the size of the chest. I know why they did it, and I know why they had to do it. But in a way, I still wish they had a way where it connected here and the arm would just be here. But other than that, that's just, I still like this thing. And I'm still liking him. So we're going to move him out the way. We're going to bring in, wait. We can't even do that comparison yet. Because we ain't even do Rodimus Prime. Well, you know what? Man, look. It's Rodimus, man. Rodimus is like a little baby, man. But Rodimus is another commander class, one of my favorites. Hands down, I like Rodimus. He started to loosen. A lot of toys are just loosening over time. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of tightening up joints there. But he looks pretty good. I still like the way he looks. I'm just not upset with the wide shoulders. Okay, now we can do the final comparison with all of the Ultra Magnuses. And then we can do our final thoughts and how I feel. And I will chapterize this video as much as I can, because I know a lot of people are going to look for certain details, and I really do want to get a lot of views on this video, because hey, listen guys, I'm not going to be doing reviews for I don't know how long. We have to see, but no, we'll still do reviews. We're still doing reviews. Things are still the same. Okay, let's start with Combiner Wars. Okay. All right. Same height. Check. This is the Japanese version, so this is not Combiners, this is Legends. Paint job is better, of course. It's got the red thighs like the G1, but this is very IDW stylized. It's got decent articulation. I never reviewed him. I've only used him in comparisons. He doesn't have the modern articulation. You can get the upgrade, which would let you do that. I don't know the price on these guys these days, because I got this when it first came out. He's light. I wish I had the Target version with the white thighs. That's about it. But other than that, the colors on him pop better than Combiner Wars. So it kind of because what they did Commander class, so this is a good way to compare. I still like this version of Ultra Magnus. I think this version of Ultra Magnus is one of my favorites. But it's limited to what it can do. And for what it's worth, for what you would pay, to say maybe get the it's like you get PC17 perfect effect. It was just the white cab, basically. Okay, now you got that so far. Cool beans. The next thing is the I forgot the name of the company. The upgrades for the legs. I believe they do the arms, and they give you like a new chest. Okay, now let's just say you pay the price of him. I mean, even if you get the Legends version, the Legend version was about $60 when it came out. $60. The Combiner Wars, I think, was $50. This is back when leader scale was $49.99. So this is old leader scale. Now $49.99, $50. I paid $60. PC17 upgrade, that's $50. So we're already at $100. This costs $100, maybe a little more, depending on what country you're in. Now, if you're not in the States, you may pay more, you may pay less. I can only go by what I paid in the United States. I did pay a slight more than I could have, but compared to the place I got it from, I know they had it. It was there. I don't have to wait. No speculation of having my card charged at a bad time. It was ready to go. It's paid for. It was the last purchase I was going to make of Transformers in a while anyway, because of a lot I have to do right now. So I said, let's go for Commander Class Ultra Magnus. He was ready. Got him. Here. Bet. So, $100. We're already $100 in talking about upgrades. And that X2 Toys upgrade kit nowadays on the aftermarket ain't cheap. I don't know, but it ain't cheap. So now you could be $150, $160 in, close to $200, because the X2 Toys kit, I think they did two of them. One that, oh no, you had to get the PC17 kit, and then there's like another kit I think Perfect Effect did for the chest, and then X2 Toys or something did like the legs and other stuff. So you still spending $200 on a good figure. But it's light. It's just lightweight. It looks good, but the head, I mean, come on, man. The head don't go up and down. You know, it's, for what it's worth though, if I had my choice, if I didn't have an Ultra Magnus, I still would go with this one. Definitely. Because he's the right height. Like, he is the right height. And compared to the Kingdom version, which we're going to, you know, bring out now, finally, because he's wondering when he's getting ready to step on the stage. Now, if you're going to get Kingdom, which I still don't think Kingdom is bad. I think Kingdom, for what it's worth, before we even knew this was coming out, for a lot of people, this was the Ultra Magnus that they wanted. Because Siege had that weird, the thing with Siege Ultra Magnus was the face and the weird sculpting. Not that it wasn't, it just had a weird sculpt. When this came out, generally it's still the same as the Siege version. Everything smoothed out more, you know, Earth style, right? So when you put the DNA upgrade kits on, fleshes out the legs. Although it's hard to get these on without angling them in right, it's always a pain. He still had the height, but still not as tall as the Combiner Wars Legends version. And then, of course, not as tall as the Commander Class version. Now, the Commander Class version is basically the same height as the original Leader Class scale we had from many, many moons ago. I know for some of y'all, you're going to say, well, this is $49.99. This is $100. But yeah. You get what you pay for. $50, $60, 100, 110, 120. You tell me. Everything that this does to me is what I want my Ultra Magnus to do. So I like this one, but I hate this alt. I hate the alt mode. I really do hate the alt mode. This one, I will say, is the best of both worlds, because this one is a joy to transform. I'm sorry, Combiner Wars, Legends, Ultra Magnus is absolutely one of the best to transform. Like, I love transforming because he's so easy to transform. Like, literally, he's that easy. Just, and, you know, you got Minimus, you know, well, Alpha Trion, you know, his accessories, you got a lot. But this guy, you know, he comes with he's Ultra Magnus. This is the ultimate definitive Ultra Magnus. This is not. This is good. It's IDW good too. I mean, I don't ever want to get rid of this one. because this is his own space, and it did a lot for a lot of people. And it kind of still does, but of course it's behind the times. And I don't like people to say, use an excuse for this, and this. Because if you spent all that money to upgrade this, I spent money to upgrade this too. And you still didn't get a perfected Ultra Magnus. You got this. You got, this. You got Fans Project, which, in a sense, you can't say Fans Project is not, because it's Hasbro's IP. But they were never gonna make parts to make to turn that white Ultra Magnus from the Target exclusive one from 06 into something. Okay, but I will say, even without the DK14, well, with the DK14 upgrades, he does, to me, look better. Like, without him, he's too squat. Okay? He's too squat. And I'll say that. Now, this is where it gets tricky, because we're going to sum it up, finalize. This is going to be a different finalization. He's not going to run solo until the very, very end. This is the, I guess, Magnum Opus or Magnus Opus. Which Ultra Magnus should you put on your shelf? And is there room for 2 Ultra Magnuses? And the answer to that question is yes. The shoulders on him are so wide that when you put him on a shelf comparably to all of the other robots, because they're so wide, and because they had to make him compact but large, he just looks like he dwarfs who do I have that's one of my big robots that I'm looking at it right now. The IDW Roadbuster. I have the one made by MMC. Which one is that? Oh my god. Lord, I got the box around here somewhere. But anyway, I got the IDW version of Roadbuster. He's big. Not super big, but he's got that bulky look. That's him. But with that being said, car carrier. How else are you gonna... It's like, I gotta explain to people, once you open this thing and you get him in your hands, you're gonna understand why he just makes the others look stupid. But not stupid. You understand what I'm saying? Every time you look at the other two, like I got some people that like this one. I got some people that like that one. Because they don't really know who Ultra Magnus is. You ask the Ultra Magnus fan, they go, especially their G1 and other IDW, they're either pointing at these two. But if you look closely at all of them, none of them resemble any one of them. They're not G1 like that one in the middle. That one in the middle is G1. It is G1 to the point where this is my second transformation with him. And I enjoy transforming him. I was thrilled to own him. Like, damn, I get to, this is my figure. I get to keep him. Okay. I mean, like, pulling him out the package was just like, damn. So what is my suggestion for all of those playing mental mind games with themselves? Well, depending on what Ultra Magnus you have determines which one you keep on the shelf. Now, I'm simplistic. I keep it a buck. I only need one Ultra Magnus on the shelf. I don't care if the shoulders are 400 million centimeters wide. They will fit on the shelf the way I want it to. And all of you collectors can eat a dick. Yep, I said it. All right. If you are contemplating getting Ultra Magnus, the Commander class, and you are looking at it and going, yeah, his shoulders are too wide, well, I got news for you. That's just bullshit. Besides the wide shoulders, what else are you going to complain about? He is Ultra Magnus. He looks like Ultra Magnus. The feel of the toy is good. Transformation, you have to kind of just be careful. I say you should. He's got individual fingers. That's another thing too. Like, y'all boy. Look at that. Well, not individual fingers, but he's got fingers. I mean, say individual fingers. Somebody gonna get mad. He said it though. But he has, an interesting hand for Commander class where it doesn't have that like rotating 5mm hole, but it is nice to see that, he has that. Let's see, correct matrix chamber. He has that. You can't put a matrix in him. You can put a matrix in him, and let me show you how difficult it is. And you have to. All right, so here's what you have to do. So to make that work, make this matrix thing work with him. So you got to pull this out, and there's a little chamber that you put in here. It's a third party, and then you put the matrix in there, and that's how the matrix fits. And then you want to take the matrix out. You just pull this out, and it's a pain in the ass to get in there, and it's a pain in the ass to get out, and I'm not taking it out. So, but let's just let you know how the matrix chamber, and this was JRC, who does not do upgrades anymore. So keep that in mind. So keep that in mind. And you see what I'm saying? Like, it's fans project, man. Sorry, Hasbro. It is what it is, and Hasbro has a right to value fans project. All right. So if you're like, I need a matrix to stay. I need a matrix. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, I don't know where you could find one from. I mean, you could do third party or something like that. Whatever floats your boat, G. I mean, you got that, but it's still, this opens up correctly like he should. And he's not, it just opens up correctly like he should. Whatever else you're looking for to complain about is kind of like moot point. They're all moot points. So this is what you can do. If you have whichever Ultra Magnus you like, I would keep them where you have them. You only need one or the other. I'm just a glutton for punishment, so I got 3 of them. But the thing is, he's so freaking awesome, I would put him on the shelf by himself. This is a masterpiece in Commander class, man. And they cleaned him up. Look how nice. Dude, you haven't seen the masterpiece version of him? And how this back part has the truck hanging off him? This has better engineering. The only issue I have is the gap here. I think, that gap. But it doesn't do anything. And to me, it works. I mean, I'm sure, again, DNA is going to give us, something to fix that. But other than that, no. But I mean, every aspect of an Ultra Magnus, this thing, just get past this. I guarantee you, when you get him, you're gonna be like, damn, he looked good. Everything stores. It's just good. It's just a good toy. Now, what you can do, leave him on the shelf and have him as a standalone figure, or leave him in car carrier mode and put some of your cars on him. There's room for 2 Ultra Magnuses, but don't pass this one up, man. He doesn't have any flaws. And me, quite honest with you, I heard some people had issues with him. Okay, but he pulls apart. Now all right, y'all. I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt. I don't want to pull him apart. I don't need to pull him apart, man. I'm not into that, man. Okay, yeah, the legs. All right, so yeah, you can. It's a pain, and it's a pain to do. I'll do it anyway, because somebody's gonna say, well. All right, so now you can also pull them apart. Yes, my camera shut off. It is what it is. So these are the ports here. They will not fit. They're smaller. I've tried. They don't work. They're very tight, so it's not gonna just pull apart. You not force it. You just have to be careful when you're doing it. But yeah, it does come apart, and these are legs. I mean, it's just, there's the arms. This is so funny. Here's the arms. Of course, again, he's taken apart, and then of course here's the torso, and if you want to take the head off, I think you can on the ball joint. Yeah, so you can take the head off, see? And be like, they got Ultra Magnus. Let's take a look at the head one more time, man. Let's take a look at the head. And the head looks, of all the Ultra Magnus, he got the best head, man. And hands down, but I won't put nothing past this guy, but his head not gonna come on. It's screwed in, so be careful with that. But this is Ultra Magnus head. It should be white, and like I said, his was painted silver. I painted it white, which Japan did paint him white. Japan gave the like I said, gave them the G1 The other one a G1 look. But yeah, it's just hands down. This is my Magnus, man. This is my Magnus. So we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna sum it up, get the thing out, and then I'm going to clean up. It is now almost 8 o'clock. I'm gonna eat another. I ate a chicken sandwich earlier. We eat a piece of burger, and that's it. All right. Let's wrap it up. And we'll try to squeeze 30 seconds in. This is the final battle scene backdrop. And this is, of course, you have all Studio Series 86 figures. This is so you can set up your little studio. And this is it. And this is the backdrop. And this is the final review. All right, we're going to get the last group shot. Here they are. I'm going to go with which ones I think are best. Hands down, third. Probably going to be this guy. No offense, without the DNA upgrades, this thing is short. And I never liked the squat look at him. And without the extra height, he does look, his arms, it's a lot. And I always put him third because he's not fun to transform. He's not easy, it's not a lot of fun with him. Even in the posability mark, you go back and watch any of my videos on him. He's good for what he was. The Commander class is better, hands down. But if you need something on your shelf where you're not liking how he will stand with the rest of your figures, use him as a stand-in, but definitely don't pass on him. All right, so we're gonna move him out the way because he's going into the world of super obscurity off the shelf now, because I don't know where his box is. And now there's 2. Why am I putting him at number 2? All right, well, let's see. He does everything he's supposed to do, and he's a good figure, hands down, but he's light and limited on plastic. If I had my choice, he is number 1. He is the best. He does everything he's supposed to do. There's no other Ultra Magnus you need to buy, and there's no other Ultra Magnus you need to get. End of discussion. This is Ultra Magnus. He is Ultra Magnus. This is Super Robot Ed, bringing you more news reviews. Until then, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.